Hello leaders, this is Jason Graziani. Welcome to our channel, Leader for Life. Today we're going to be talking about those of you looking to get into business, how to have a builder's mindset. You learned from Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant that you go from being an employee to being self-employed, to being a business owner, to being an investor. That's ESBI. Today I wanted to talk to you about the tips of being a business owner, specifically from the vantage point of what mindset do I need to have and what fundamentals do I need to remember. You might already be in business currently and you just want a reminder and you want to get back to some of the fundamentals, or you're a brand new entrepreneur and you're saying, hey, I'm a fish out of water. This is all brand new to me. What is it that I do? And I want to provide you some value today on how to have a builder's mindset. Let me put my coffee down first real fast. Here we go. The first part that you need to know is why you got into business to begin with. And let me tell you something, you're going to have some tough days. And when you have those tough days, knowing why you got started, and better yet, the purpose for why it is that your business exists or why you chose to dedicate your time, blood, sweat, energy to this business, you're going to need to lean on that during your tough times. So if you don't know why that is, the likelihood of you falling out of business goes up dramatically. So know why you're in business and what the purpose to you being in business really is. Now let me talk to you about your 3 phases of business. For you current entrepreneurs, I'm smiling as I say this because you're going to reflect on going through this. And if you haven't yet gone through this part right now, let me forecast it for you. See, the reason people don't usually take steps forward is because they're scared. They're terrified. They're going into an unknown place. If I could help shed some light on what's to come in the future for you, then you don't have to be as afraid or terrified of it. Now here's the good news and bad news. The good news is that I'm telling you some of these things that are going to happen so that they don't have to be a big surprise. The bad news is many of these are going to happen, and so you just need to be prepared and work towards it, and you're going to accomplish it and you're going to overcome it. Here's the first one. Your first 18 months in business, it's a lot of basics, it's a lot of fundamentals, and anything that can go wrong in the first 1 to 2 years is going to go wrong. You might be arguing a lot. You may be frustrated a lot of days. You may feel like you're putting in a lot of work and time and energy and you're planting all your seeds in the ground, but like a farmer whose crop hasn't come to fruition, you're sitting there and going, man, it's just not working. My friends and family are asking me how much money I've made so far and how successful I've been. And quite frankly, I haven't really gotten that far. And I just want you to know that just like bamboo that takes 5 years of growing deep before it grows up, you are putting in that time and energy. Don't quit in the first 2 years because you'll never give an opportunity for your business to grow. Just like you know a pregnancy is 9 months, you don't get upset at month 4, 5, or 6 of why you don't yet have a child because you knew up front that there's a certain amount of weeks and months that it was going to take for a pregnancy to happen. Same thing with your business. You can't rush a pregnancy and you can't rush the growth of a business. Second stage is 5 years. What's 5 years, Jason? It's going to take you approximately 5 years to become an expert with human nature. 5 years to be an expert with human nature. Now, if you come from an occupation previously where you had a lot of access to dealing with people, you already worked with people a lot, like you were a teacher, you're a nurse, or you're a coach, you can accelerate that curve a little bit. But if you don't come from a people business, don't be worried. You could still make it in business. Just know you're going to have to learn the art of human nature. And so that's going to be a process that's going to take 3, 4, 5 years to really master human nature. And then the final stage is 7 to 10 years. It'll take 7 to 10 years to build a real business, a business that's steady and a business that's stable for you. Now let's talk about distribution. If you ever watch Shark Tank or any of these shows that talk about entrepreneurship, you'll generally find that they'll say, are you online? Or how many stores do you have? Who's your customers? How are you selling your product? And so you'll have to take a look at your business. If your business has different distribution channels that I'm not referencing here, you'll have to apply these 5 points right here to your business. But I'm going to use my business in financial services. And I could tell you there's essentially 5 different distribution models. First, you have what's called retail. That's traditional business. Like in my business, that would be like a banking institution. The benefits of retail is that there's credibility. Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, they have brick and mortar locations. A customer can walk in and they don't really question the person they're talking to because it's the bank. They work at the bank. So it's assumed to be credible. The downside is that you can only have so many locations and it starts becoming very, very, very expensive to have that many brick and mortar locations. The second one is broker agent. similar to like real estate. And broker agent just means that somebody's the business owner or the broker, and that they recruit, whether it be an employee or a 1099 self-employed agent, and the agent is going to make a certain percentage, and the broker is going to make a certain percentage on all the sales that the agent makes. The benefit to the agent is that they didn't have to start their own company, and they could work in somebody else's brokerage until they know what it is that they're doing. The downside to the agent is this. In that model, a broker really is not incentivized to teach you as the agent to go off on your own. The broker is incentivized to teach the agent how to sell products so that the broker makes money on the sales. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is there's a lot less leadership development and a lot more sales development during that model. So it may not help you if you want to become a leader or want what your broker has. Then you have a franchise model. In my business, that may be like a Farmers, a State Farm, and Allstate, all great companies. And in that type of model, what you're really leaning on is more like a franchise, like I want to pay a mothership, I want to pay a headquarters, $50,000, $100,000. I want my location, but I want you to do all the marketing for me. I just want to be the State Farm in my local area. I just want to be the Farmers in my local area. And that has a lot of benefits to it, to have a mothership, a home office, do all the work for you. The only downside is that it's really not your business and your company. You're a franchisee, and you may not have the upfront capital, the upfront money that's needed to get started with a franchise to begin with. Then you look at being independent. You say, you know what? I'm going to go get a 100% contract. In my business, an agent can go get licensed with their state and say, I don't want to work at a retail location. I don't want my own broker. I don't want to pay a franchising fee. I just want to do it myself. And the benefit of that is you can make more commissions for yourself. The downside is now you're 4 or 5 employees in one. And so you're always stressed out. You have very little time. It's all on you. And you're less of a business owner and more of a sole proprietorship. And so being a sole proprietor, sometimes you end up feeling like I make more money, but I'm doing so much more work. I don't have the quality of life that I wanted to get into business originally. And so you burn out, and it's really frustrating. Then you have your traditional network marketing type companies. Now, if you were to sell a product-based business like a toothpaste or soap or something, you want to sell juice or vitamins, there's a lot of companies that will recruit agents and then they will sell products for them. And that's similar to a broker-agent relationship. However, you can recruit day one and be your own broker. Now, there are some negative skepticism that's out there when it comes to multi-level marketing and network marketing structures. And I want you to know that if the industry that you're getting involved in is compensating the upline recruiter for the enrollment or the recruit you coming in on board, you have every reason to be skeptical about it. I know in my business in financial services, it's illegal to get compensated on the recruitment of an agent. And so we do high volume recruiting out of our organization. And what I really believe is the best of all 5 of these is a hybrid between all of them. I love having physical locations. I'm standing in my physical location right now. I like having the credibility of a customer being able to walk into my office and not doing all of my appointments out of Starbucks or just on Zoom or something like that. I also like the broker-agent relationship because I, as a broker, and both when I was an agent and as a broker, I needed to develop and I needed to train. And sometimes I think it's good for kids to stay in a parent's house before they go on their own. I don't think we should have a bunch of babies and then send them out into the marketplace. That may not be good. We need to teach values, principles, honesty, integrity, those types of things. And that happens here in the broker-agent relationship. I like to be able to run my own location. I just don't want to pay for it and run my own office. I don't want to pay a franchise fee. And I love the independent nature of, can I go sell and produce and make a lot of money? Because in my industry, many of the top supervisors or vice presidents that are in the corporate model, they can't personally sell anymore. They have to make their income off of training and developing agents, and they can't go do it themselves. I like the flexibility of being able to be an independent agent while being a business owner at the same time. And then the ability to high volume recruit. Heck yeah, I want to have the ability to high volume recruit. And anybody that tells you differently, you think Jeff Bezos wants to have a few drivers or a lot of drivers at Amazon? Do you think Facebook wants to have a few clicks or a lot of clicks? Do you think Netflix wants to have 5 million subscribers or 200 million subscribers that they currently have at the time of this video being filmed? Of course, you want to have as much distribution as possible, and high volume recruiting allows you to do that. So you're going to have to take a look in your business that you're getting involved with. What type of distributions, what are the pros and cons, and what model do you pick? Next subject, friends and family support. So you're going to get into business and you're going to get all excited. And I want you to know something. You may date somebody. You like your boyfriend, you like your girlfriend, and you're so excited about this relationship. You want to tell all your family and friends about your new relationship. But it doesn't mean that your parents are going to be supportive of your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend. And it doesn't mean that your brother or your sister is going to especially like your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend. Just because you're excited. Business, a lot of times, is a new person you're dating. You're so excited, and so you think because you're excited that everybody around you is going to be excited for you. And then you learn in human nature that that's not the case. Human beings aren't naturally excited for other human beings. We all like to think that we are, but we tend to gossip, we tend to rain on your parade, we tend to be negative, we tend to not be the most encouraging people possible. And I'm talking about the people that you love the most, your friends and your family. So let me tell you what to expect. Your first 6 months, you're going to have something called scenario of disaster. And scenario of disaster says you're fired up. You tell everybody about your business. They're skeptical because they know you so well. They've probably seen you join a couple things. They've probably seen you say you're going to get in shape and you didn't. They probably saw you say that you're going to finish college and you didn't. And then they probably seen you say that you're going to start something and you didn't finish it. And so they also have the right not to fully support you in the beginning. Sometimes criticism is the best form of advice, and maybe there's a reason they're not supporting you, but they're skeptical. Then about months 6 to 12, they start getting curious. They start, instead of saying behind your back and they're talking about your business, I don't know what Jason's doing. Jason's up to something. I don't know. He's going to some meetings at night. I don't know what he's doing. Then it becomes, hey, Jason, are you still doing that financial thing? But you still said thing, which I hate, but you put financial ahead of it. I'm starting to win you over. Then from months 12 to 18, they start becoming interesting. They may say something like, hey, could you take a look at my 401k statement? I got an insurance. Could you take a look at it? And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, whoa, you're trusting my advice? Oh yeah, I know you're going to be six. Could you just take a look at this? And then let me tell you what's going to happen. Right around somewhere between 18 and 24 months, or as fast as you make 6 figures, which is an automatic, okay? Your friends and family will support you if you make 6 figures. But if you don't make 6 figures yet, and you're around 18 to 24 months, here's what's going to happen. You're going to win. You're going to get your broker position, or you're going to get your first $100,000 that you're going to earn, and you're going to be all excited. And your friends and family are going to say this to you. They're going to say, you know what, Jason, I want you to know something. Ever since you got started, I always knew you were going to be successful. I always knew you were going to be somebody. And in your mind, you're like, no, you didn't. You were annoying. You were negative. You talk gossip about me. You talk bad at Christmas about me, about what I was doing. But you want to know something that's crazy? I'm going to forecast something for you. It is going to happen. But here's the other crazy part. They're not going to believe that they didn't support you. They're not going to remember it because in their minds, they've always been supportive of you, and that's just the way that they are. So make sure to take that to heart because it's going to happen. Now, controlling the controllables. I'm going to give you 4 quick A's. The first A, attitude. Here's a saying that you should always say to yourself, okay? Would I want to feel how your face looks? I'm going to repeat that. Would I want to feel how your face looks? What do I mean by that? If your face doesn't look like something or someone that's winning and excited and having fun in business, why would I ever want to support you or be you or do what you do? Because you don't even look like you're enjoying it. You got to be positive in this business. You got to be positive in anything that you do if you expect people to also follow you. Number 2 is your activity. If 100 people copied you and did everything that you did, what would you do? So you have to make sure that you take your schedule, and all you could do is all you could do, and all you could do is enough. But you look at your schedule and you have 24 hours a day. I think it's 168 hours for the week. And you take a look at that and you start scheduling in winning habits. Whoever's mentoring you or coaching you currently should give you a list of what those habits are in your business, in your field, whatever it is. I know we do that with our people. Attendance. What schedule and what events do you need to be at? Okay, let's face it. The current you may not be a successful business owner and you want to be a successful business owner. Well, if you're trying to do something you've never done, you're going to have to start training yourself and becoming somebody that maybe you weren't in the past. And the best way to do that is to go to events that sharpen your saw. Associations. Personal development, I would make books your best friend. Ask your mentors, what book should I read that's going to help accelerate my growth and timeline? What book should I read to help accelerate me? What video should I watch to develop me as a better leader? And make sure to take that advice and stop watching TV or Netflix or some of the other things and start watching the things that are going to serve you in business. And also, what distractions do I need to remove from my life? Am I playing fantasy football too much? My video games too much? What casual habits do I need to drop? And what casual or negative people do I surround myself with that I kind of need to distance myself from so that I could go out there and win a championship for my life, okay? Now we get 2 ways to sell and distribute. Whatever your product is that you're going to get involved with, you may have trust, no credibility. What's that? That just means like, hey, go sell your friends and family something. The benefit, you have trust. The downside, you have no credibility with your friends and family. The opposite is like Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, very credible organizations. No trust, all credibility. That's cold calling 200-300 people a day and saying, hi, this is Jason with Morgan Stanley. Hi, this is Jason with Morgan Stanley. So there's no trust there, it's all credibility. And both have pros and cons. Ideally, what I look for is I look for trust and credibility going together. If you put trust and credibility together, you could often distribute a great product and service and make your customers feel very comfortable, making sure there's both trust and credibility, meaning 2 people, trainee and trainer, 2 people to make the transaction much better for the customer. Recruiting for your business, always know if you're not getting the results that you want. Go to 3 different checks, like a little audit. Let me give you a quick audit. Ready? What are you saying? That means what words are you using in your business to describe your business? Maybe you don't know the words. 2, how often do you say it? Maybe you don't have the work ethic and maybe you're not putting in the right volume. And then 3, who are you saying it to? That's the market, the quality of the prospect that you're speaking to. And so all 3 of those go together, what you say, how often you say it, and who you say it to help achieve the best level of success. And then finally, best way to retain in our business, couple tips. First, personal relationships, specifically with spouses as well, especially if you're working with couples. Personal relationships are the glue that hold volunteer armies together. Personal relationships. Make sure you form those relationships before you want to coach and train and teach and mentor and challenge people. Second, being honest. Give them best case and worst case scenario from the very beginning. Don't give them a reason not to trust you. They may not like your style all the time or your personality, but don't be a liar. Tell them the truth. Tell them what it is and what it isn't. Tell them that the reality will fit somewhere between the best case and the worst case, and they will then trust you better because you were honest up front. And finally, get them to whatever event the rest of the team is going to next. If that's a mentorship meeting at a millionaire's house, if that's a hotel conference that's taking place, maybe it's a Zoom meeting that's going on, you got to get around where the champions are in order to become a champion. Hey team, I hope that this content helped you out. I hope that your mindset now is thinking more of a business builder versus just a salesperson or an employee. And if this content helped you out, go ahead and share it with others. I want you to subscribe to our channel, Leader for Life. We're going to do constant content coming out about how to make you choose to be a leader for life and make you better in all aspects of your life. And if you want to leave us a comment and let us know what we should be training on or consider with our leadership team for future content, we'd love to hear from you. You guys take care, God bless, and I look forward to seeing you choose to be a leader for life. Bye-bye.